This update dropped like a thunderclap. Nobody saw it coming. Fans were left stunned when 50 Cent's documentary on Sean Diddy Combs completely skipped over the mysterious passing of Kim Porter.
What's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
That silence, it spoke louder than words. Social media went into overdrive with people questioning why one of the biggest parts of Diddy's story was ignored.
Sean Diddy Combs, or people affiliated with him, did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure.
I believe this to be the case, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
My first time saying it.
But now things are taking a wild twist. Word on the street says Kim Porter's oldest son, Quincy Brown, might be joining forces with 50 Cent for a brand new documentary all about Kim's life and the unanswered questions surrounding it.
I'm like the proud mother. Yes, do you see my smile?
Just that rumor alone sent fans and industry insiders into a frenzy. For months, folks had been side-eyeing Quincy, wondering where his loyalty really stood after that brief appearance at Diddy's trial. One day in, and then he vanished. Some thought Quincy showing up was a quiet sign of support, but what if it was something much deeper? Here's where it gets interesting. Quincy never once jumped online to defend Diddy. No posts, no rants, no clapbacks. While Christian Combs was out there going hard for his dad, Quincy stayed chill, calm, and low-key, almost like he was keeping his distance on purpose. That silence? It said everything, and there's more. While Christian and Justin Combs have both been dragged into lawsuits tied to Diddy's name, Quincy's record has stayed spotless. Not one accusation, not one scandal attached to him. That clean image puts him in a whole different category from Diddy's biological sons. Now insiders are whispering that Quincy's been playing chess, not checkers. They claim he's been moving carefully behind the scenes, keeping an eye on Diddy's every move while protecting his sister from any drama. Whatever he's plotting, it sounds like Quincy's been building his move in silence. And if the rumors are true, things are about to blow up big time. Sources say Quincy stayed close to Diddy right up until the moment everything crashed down. The second Diddy was taken into custody, Quincy's whole vibe shifted. Once Diddy landed behind bars, insiders claim Quincy flipped the script and started digging deep into the dark whispers surrounding Kim Porter's mysterious passing. People are saying he's now looking into all those long-standing rumors, even the ones questioning if Diddy might have had some kind of connection to it. That's a gutsy move, and everyone's talking about it. And if 50 Cent is really backing this new project, things could get straight up explosive. This isn't just another tell-all for the cameras. It might peel back the curtain on untold truths, hidden details, and behind-the-scenes secrets the industry's been too scared to touch. Insiders are already whispering that this could be the documentary that shakes Hollywood and the music game to its core. Quincy's always been a little different from Diddy's other sons. His energy, his focus, even the way he carries himself. Sure, Diddy played a major role in raising him, but Quincy never moved like the rest. That contrast has been clear for years, and people haven't missed it. When Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes last year, things went absolutely crazy. Reports say both Christian and Justin Combs were on the scene, and even ended up in handcuffs. Those images blew up across the internet within minutes, sparking chaos online. But what had everyone really talking was Quincy's total disappearance from the scene. And the fact that the twins were nowhere around either. That silence and distance got fans asking the same question again and again. Where was Quincy in all this? Then came the real shocker. Singer Jaguar Wright dropped a wild claim, saying Quincy might have been quietly working with federal investigators. That single statement lit up social media and sent everyone scrambling for answers. Nobody could tell what was real or rumor, but one thing stood out loud and clear. Quincy wasn't moving like the rest of the family, and that mystery had everyone on edge. Let's clear this up once and for all, and those wild rumors about Quincy being in witness protection, totally off. People literally saw him sitting front and center with the family during Diddy's trial, right there on camera. That single appearance crushed the whole witness protection theory in seconds. But now, fresh reports are painting a whole new picture, and it's even more intense. Allegedly, Quincy stayed close to Diddy for one powerful reason: to protect his sisters. Sources claim he was deeply worried about their safety and determined to keep a promise he made to his mother, Kim Porter, to always look out for them no matter what. That explains why he stayed so silent while everyone else was out there making noise. Quincy never gave interviews about his mom's death, never dropped emotional posts online, and never pointed fingers in public. But insiders now say that quiet wasn't weakness. It was pure strategy. Word is, Quincy knew he couldn't make any bold moves against Diddy until the timing was perfect. And now it looks like that moment might finally be here. Reports are saying Quincy's been working on a full-length documentary dedicated to Kim Porter, her life, her story, and all the unanswered questions surrounding her mysterious passing. It's also set to dive into the long, tense relationship between her and Diddy. And with 50 Cent rumored to be backing the project, this could blow the lid off everything. People are already whispering that this film might finally reveal what's been hidden in the dark for years. There's always been something about Kim's death that didn't sit right with the public. On November 15th, 2018, tragedy struck when Kim Porter was found unresponsive inside her Los Angeles home. A family member discovered her in bed, and by the time paramedics arrived, it was too late. Kim Porter was gone at just 47 years old, leaving fans around the world in shock and heartbreak. That moment changed everything, and now, years later, the truth might finally be ready to come out. The official autopsy listed lobar pneumonia as Kim Porter's cause of death, and the LA County Medical Examiner ruled it natural. Now, simple on paper, right? But once you dig into the timeline, things start looking off real quick. Reports say Kim first mentioned having a sore throat around November 7th, and by November 12th, she suddenly developed a fever that spiraled fast. That quick jump from mild symptoms to a fatal illness didn't sit right with people. It just felt too sudden, too strange. According to family notes and medical reports, Kim tested negative for both the flu and strep throat. She was taking antibiotics, vitamins, and pain meds to recover. Nothing out of the ordinary. But here's where things take a twist. By November 14th, her family said she was actually doing better. Her temperature was normal again, and she even felt well enough to have a massage that same evening. That one detail has always raised serious eyebrows. If she was still fighting pneumonia, why would anyone risk bringing someone from outside into the home? And here's where it gets even more mysterious. The identity of that massage therapist has never been made public. Not a single name, not a trace. That missing detail still haunts the story to this day, leaving people to wonder if something about that night wasn't exactly what it seemed. Some even started asking deeper questions. Was this really just about Kim's death, or was hip-hop culture itself being put on trial alongside Sean Combs? What made it all even harder to process was the coroner's final report. It confirmed that Kim had no history of drug or alcohol use, and no serious health issues at all. By every account, she was active, healthy, and full of life. That's what makes her sudden passing so haunting. One day she's getting better, and the next she's gone. Nothing about that adds up easily, and the mystery around it just refuses to fade. Not long after Kim Porter's sudden passing, the first person brave enough to question the official story wasn't a stranger. It was her ex and Quincy Brown's biological father, Al B. Shore. From that moment on, doubts surrounded Kim's death like a shadow that never went away. Al B. Shore has always stood firm on one thing. He saw Kim not long before she died, and according to him, she didn't say a single word about feeling sick. He said she looked healthy, happy, and full of life. No signs of any serious illness, not even close. That uneasy feeling stayed with him, and eventually he couldn't stay quiet anymore. In July 2020, Al posted a deeply emotional video of himself, crying, filmed the same morning he learned Kim was gone. He shared it with a caption that shook everyone online. "I just found this footage from the morning I learned of Kim Porter's death and how it ripped the soul from my physical body." Then he went even further, saying straight up, "I know very clearly that Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some BS." Those were powerful words that sent shockwaves through the internet, reigniting old suspicions that had never really disappeared. But Al didn't stop there. He added another emotional note that made people stop and think. "This is where I get in trouble," he said, explaining that just before her passing, they'd been celebrating their son Quincy's new Netflix deal and Christmas special, and Kim was glowing. He described her laughing, smiling, and enjoying herself while watching him and Diddy joke around at a theater. There was no sign of sickness, no hint of weakness. She looked vibrant and full of joy. His message came through loud and clear. Kim Porter didn't look like someone on the verge of tragedy. To Al B, sure, the official explanation just didn't match what he saw with his own eyes. He ended that emotional post with a chilling hashtag, a number sign, "Don't let the love songs fool you," a line many took as a direct shot at Diddy and his public tributes to Kim. It was bold, raw, and full of hidden meaning that had everyone reading between the lines. But soon after the post went viral, Al took it down. He later explained that Quincy had reached out personally, saying the message was too painful and triggering for him to see online. Out of respect for his son, Al removed it. But make no mistake, he didn't back down. Even after deleting the post, he stood firm in his belief, later doubling down and making it crystal clear. He still doesn't believe Kim's death adds up. The mystery in his eyes is far from over. Right after Al B. Sure's emotional post went viral, fans started whispering, was Diddy behind the scenes trying to control the situation? Rumors flew that he might have pressured Quincy to convince his dad to delete the post, hoping to calm things down before the noise got any louder. Some even claimed Diddy wanted to stir tension between Quincy and Al, trying to divide them before the truth spread too far. But through all that drama, Al didn't fold for a second. He stood his ground even when it made people uncomfortable. He kept speaking up, dropping hints that Kim Porter's death wasn't as simple as everyone had been told. Then, in November 2021, Al came back swinging with another bombshell, the throwback photo of himself, Kim, and Quincy, paired with a caption that gave everyone chills. He wrote that Kim once messaged him saying, "Life imitating art, art imitating life, now it all makes sense." Those haunting words hit deep, and Al hinted that Kim had shared private details with him that he never revealed publicly. He didn't stop there. Al added that Kim told him she was running, and he said he'd told her to call the FBI. That one sentence alone stopped fans in their tracks. In the comments, Al didn't hold back. He wrote, "You would never believe what she went through," making it crystal clear he believed Kim's story went way deeper than what the public had been told. And then things took a chilling turn. Just a few months after that shocking post about Kim, Al B. Sure was suddenly rushed to the hospital for a mysterious medical emergency that no one could fully explain. The details were scarce, but what Al later revealed left people stunned. He said he'd collapsed out of nowhere while working in the studio. Doctors were reportedly baffled because all of a sudden he developed multiple serious health complications with no warning signs, no clear cause, nothing that made sense. Fans couldn't ignore the timing. First, Al speaks up louder than ever, and then he's struck down by a strange medical crisis. It left everyone wondering what was really going on behind the scenes. Things took a terrifying turn. Al B. Sure's health crisis became a full-blown nightmare. He ended up spending nearly 2 months in a coma, fighting for his life. When he finally woke up, he revealed that doctors had performed multiple life-saving procedures, an organ transplant, several blood transfusions, intubation, and even time on a ventilator. It was a near-death experience that left fans shaken and scared for him. Then, the internet started buzzing again. People began connecting dots and noticing strange patterns. Fans pointed out that several people somehow linked to Diddy's world had also faced sudden serious health issues, or worse, with pneumonia-like conditions being mentioned more than once. That's when the speculation went off the rails. Names like Heavy D, Brittany Murphy, and Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, started popping up in online threads and deep dive videos. And here's what really had social media spiraling. Bobby Christina's own autopsy listed lobar pneumonia as one of the conditions connected to her death, the very same medical cause listed for Kim Porter. That eerie similarity reignited every old theory and sent online discussions into overdrive. People were calling it too coincidental to ignore. But even after coming dangerously close to death himself, Al B. Sure didn't change his stance one bit. He stood firm, saying straight up that he didn't believe any of it was random, and that the truth behind Kim Porter's death still hadn't been told. Al refused to go quiet, not even for a second. Instead, he kept posting online, dropping cryptic hints and bold messages that fueled even more rumors. Fans started whispering that maybe, just maybe, there was some kind of deeper connection between Kim's death and Al's mysterious medical emergency. The pressure around the situation started building fast, and this year, it finally exploded. Mainstream media stepped in, and Al got a major platform to speak out. He sat down with Fox 5 New York for an intense interview tied to his upcoming memoir, and he didn't hold back. Looking straight into the camera with raw emotion, Al asked a question that sent chills through everyone watching. "Do you believe me? That single line hit hard, and once again, the internet lit up with theories, debates, and questions nobody seemed ready to answer. That moment hit different, emotional, chilling, and unforgettable. When Al B. Sure looked into the camera during that interview, you could feel the weight in his voice, and he didn't hold back, not one bit. He made some serious claims, saying he never believed Kim Porter's death was natural, not from the very beginning. Then he took it even further, strongly suggesting that Diddy might somehow be connected not only to Kim's passing, but also to the terrifying medical emergency that almost ended Al's life. Al didn't sugarcoat a thing. He claimed he's 100% convinced that someone tried to take him out in 2022, right after he started publicly speaking out about Kim's death. That statement alone hit the internet like a lightning bolt. Fans, journalists, and even insiders couldn't stop talking about it. Theories started flying, timelines got revisited, and the mystery grew even deeper. Al stood firm in that interview, saying he does not believe pneumonia was the real cause of Kim's death. He insisted there's still truth out there, truth that hasn't been revealed yet, and according to him, one day it will come out. That confidence shook everyone watching, and once his claims were documented through a major media outlet, the conversation surrounding Kim Porter's passing reached a whole new level of intensity. Now, the world's watching more closely than ever. As for where things stand between Al B. Sure and his son Quincy, that part's still murky. Some insiders say the two have been quietly rebuilding their bond behind the scenes, while others claim there's still tension lingering between them. And there's another major question floating around. Is Al directly involved in the rumored documentary Quincy's reportedly producing about Kim's life and mysterious death? Fans everywhere are hoping he is. After all, Al B. Sure was the first, and still one of the only, major figures in the industry to publicly demand a real investigation into what happened to Kim Porter. And now, with the spotlight burning brighter than ever, that demand is echoing louder across Hollywood and the music world. Al's voice carries serious weight, and at this moment, that might matter more than ever. People want answers, real ones. They want justice for Kim Porter, not just headlines or rumors. And when you think about everything 50 Cent has already helped uncover about the unsolved cases of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G., fans are saying one thing loud and clear. Maybe, just maybe, this time the truth won't stay buried. Those stories cracked open a side of the industry most people never get to see. The power, the control, and the silence that keeps it all running. It made fans look at Kim Porter's story in a whole new light. There's a growing belief that Diddy had a long history of controlling those closest to him, and many feel Kim Porter might not have been an exception. Reports and past accounts paint a picture of a relationship where Kim allegedly lived under strict control, one that raised red flags long before Cassie Ventura ever entered the picture. That history has left people questioning just how much power Diddy really had over everyone in his circle. Over the years, he's built a reputation as someone who never gives up control easily, a man who moves strategically to protect his image, his empire, and his influence. Now, with Quincy reportedly stepping into the spotlight and whispers swirling about a full documentary centered on Kim Porter's story, many believe the truth that's been buried for years could finally start coming to light. The world is paying close attention this time, waiting to see if what's been hidden in the shadows will finally be revealed for everyone to see. And now, in 2026, this story has evolved into something massive. What began as quiet whispers about Kim Porter's mysterious passing and talk of Diddy's alleged control over those around him has exploded into one of the biggest entertainment scandals of the decade. Diddy is now facing multiple federal investigations, and the spotlight on everyone connected to him, especially Quincy Brown and Al B. Sure, has never been brighter. By late 2025, things hit a breaking point. Homeland Security and the FBI officially confirmed ongoing investigations linked to Sean Diddy Combs after multiple raids on his Los Angeles and Miami properties. And these weren't just rumors flying around social media. This was the real deal, documented and unfolding in front of the public eye. The same industry that once protected Diddy's image is now watching his empire shake at the core. And this time, people aren't backing down. The questions about Kim Porter's death, the control over those around him, and the whispers about what really happened behind closed doors have become part of a much bigger story. And the world is watching every move, waiting to see who speaks up next and what truth finally breaks free. federal agents didn't hold back this time. They seized everything from electronic devices to hard drives and even travel records as part of what officials called a multi-jurisdictional investigation. According to reports, the probe centers on serious accusations involving sex trafficking, coercion, and financial misconduct, and investigators have made it clear they're digging into possible connections that stretch back decades. The scale of it all is huge, and the names being mentioned are sending shockwaves through the industry. Major media outlets, from Rolling Stone to The Guardian to FOX5 New York, have been working non-stop to uncover patterns behind the string of mysterious incidents tied to people once close to Diddy. And that's exactly where Kim Porter's name keeps resurfacing again and again. Fans, journalists, and even investigators are questioning whether Kim's untimely passing and the strange medical emergency that nearly took Al B. Sure's life might be connected to a much bigger story about silence, fear, and control within Diddy's inner circle. Meanwhile, 50 Cent has refused to back down, not even for a second. He's been loudly teasing his next explosive documentary, rumored to dig even deeper into Diddy's legal troubles, the dark corners of the entertainment industry, and those lingering questions about Kim Porter's mysterious death. On social media, 50's been relentless, dropping updates, sharing court news, and throwing out bold claims that the truth always finds a way out. His posts have the internet lit up, and the buzz isn't dying anytime soon. As for Quincy Brown, he's kept a low profile in public, but industry insiders say he's been quietly moving behind the scenes, reportedly collecting stories and memories from Kim's closest friends and family members to make sure her story gets told the right way. That dedication alone has fans watching closely, wondering when he'll finally step forward with the full truth. Now, as these federal investigations heat up and more witnesses start speaking out, what was once a silent mystery has turned into a full-blown storm shaking the music world. The pressure is building, the secrets are starting to unravel, and one haunting question just won't fade away. What really happened to Kim Porter, and how deep does this go? By early 2026, the case surrounding Diddy's alleged downfall has grown darker and far more complex, and this time, the facts are impossible to ignore. What started as a few isolated accusations has now exploded into a massive federal investigation, one that's pulled in Homeland Security, the FBI, and multiple state agencies. According to verified reports from CNN, Rolling Stone, and NBC News, authorities are now digging deep into allegations of years of abuse, trafficking, and financial crimes connected to Diddy's business empire and personal network. This isn't just industry gossip anymore. It's a full-scale probe that's shaking the entertainment world from the inside out. By December 2025, Rolling Stone confirmed that several people once tied to Bad Boy Entertainment had officially stepped forward to cooperate with investigators. These witnesses reportedly handed over digital evidence, messages, and first-hand statements describing disturbing misconduct that stretches all the way back to the late 1990s. Court filings have even revealed that federal prosecutors are exploring possible racketeering charges, suggesting this investigation could reach far beyond the earlier civil lawsuits brought by Cassie Ventura and others. Cassie's 2023 lawsuit, which settled shockingly fast within just 24 hours, opened the floodgates for others to come forward. By 2024, multiple women had filed similar cases, each one echoing the same pattern of alleged violence, manipulation, and intimidation that had followed Diddy's name for years. Now, those civil cases are being examined alongside the larger federal investigation, which insiders say has widened to include past associates, bodyguards, business partners, and other industry figures who once worked inside Diddy's circle. And the public's reaction? It's been a complete 180. The once untouchable mogul is now watching his empire crumble piece by piece. Major brands and longtime media partners have already cut ties, while award shows have quietly erased his name from upcoming tributes and nomination lists. Even streaming platforms are starting to review royalty payments connected to his catalog, all under the weight of the ongoing legal scrutiny. Meanwhile, Kim Porter's story, the one that so many felt was buried too soon, has come roaring back into the spotlight. As federal investigators dig deeper into Diddy's past, old files related to Kim's mysterious death have resurfaced. past. Journalists are now re-examining inconsistencies in her autopsy timeline and revisiting statements made by those closest to her. Authorities haven't officially reopened Kim's case, at least not yet, but the renewed attention has sparked a wave of public demand for answers. The pieces of this story, once scattered and ignored, are finally being put back together, and the world is watching to see what truth comes out next. If you're hooked on this story and want to keep up as new twists unfold, make sure to subscribe now. Don't miss the next drop because things are about to get even crazier. Hit that subscribe button and stay locked in for every shocking update.